Hi everyone, I'm Chris the Camping Stitcher, and I'm back for episode 21 of my Flosstube. It is Saturday, February 4th, 2023, and it's flipping freezing outside, but not as cold as my friends up north of New Jersey. I'm in Northwest New Jersey. It is a balmy 6 degrees and sunny out today with the real feels of -3. I won't go outside. I don't know how you go outside. We went out last night for dinner, and I nearly froze myself just walking to the car, but it was a lot colder last night. It's actually going to be warmer today. But grab a cup. It's cold. Hang out with me for a little while. It's been 2 weeks since my last cross-stitch confession. What have I been up to? Let's see. I've got 3 FFOs. I've got 3 FOs. I've got some haul. I've got some plans. Got some info. My new segment of what I forgot last time, I don't think I forgot anything last time, and if I did, I forgot. So that's that segment right there. Just gotta grab my whip go so I could show you guys my whip go. So I have some Stitchy kindness, my plans, and I have a little bit of English paper piecing and a campfire story at the end. Now, just to clarify the campfire stories, I do have stories that don't involve us going camping that happen, and I'll probably sprinkle them in here and there, so they're not all things that happened when we were camping, because believe it or not, in our little 2 acres of mountain property here in the wilds of Northwest New Jersey, we have a lot of wildlife here and a lot of funky things that happen, and I want to share them too. So anyway, when I get done with the cross stitch and I get into those other things, I'll let you know in case you want to just, head on over. I do want to say thank you so much for all of you who are here, whether you're returning or new. I really appreciate you being here. I did reach over 2,000 subscribers, so I'm going to have a little thank you for that. We don't want to say the G word anymore because I guess there's a lot of shady characters out there doing some shady stuff on some not shady channels, but on other people's channels, and we don't want to encourage them. But just be assured, I will be like all the other responsible people out there, and I will never ask you for information on a comment. If I comment on your comment, it's just to usually thank you. If I need something from you, I'll have you email me, and we'll handle things that way. I will never ask you for info. If anybody does ever ask you for info on a comment or acts like you won something and wants you to send them, don't do it. It's always best to double check and contact the person directly. Apparently they're cloning accounts and doing some wacky stuff. So anyway, let's get started. Oh, see, I keep remembering things that I could put in my next Flosstube about things I forgot. I had a wild hair this week, and I decided that this weekend would be a weekend 4x4 challenge over on my Instagram and my Facebook group, which is the Camping Stitcher. Either or both, you can come and join in. It's going to be 4 hours of just stitching what you want to do. 4 hours for you. So it's really kind of like it started out with being 4 hours, 4 projects, maybe, some whips, some finishes, but it kind of morphed really quickly into just taking 4 hours for you, 4x4. So use the hashtag weekend 4x4, the number 4, the BY and the number 4, and just hang out with us and participate. You could do it 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday, or 4 hours, whatever you want to do. It's all about taking time, carving out a little bit of time for you. If this, there seems to be a lot of interest in it, and a lot of people were excited to participate. And so if that's the case, I'll just announce it, like maybe we'll do it once a month. I mean, is that too much to ask to take 4 hours for yourself, once a month? Hopefully you do it more frequently than that. But it's something fun, some kind of fun challenge to do. Use the hashtag, show me what you're working on. If you want to do quilting, that's fine. If you want to do punch needle, that's fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's for you. So anyway, wanted to get that out of the way. See, I have notes. The nap time stitcher, she just did a great job of making these forms that we could use to organize ourselves. You think I follow them? No. Anyways, okay, so let's get going on the FFOs. Thank you everybody who watched my little framing tutorial, so to speak. That's just how I do it. I hope it helps. And if it helps you, I do a lot of watching of different things. I'll search and find stuff. And I know other people have done framing tutorials. So you kind of glean a little bit here and there, and you put it all together and do what works for you. So I'm really glad that so many of you found it helpful. The piece that I did frame in that tutorial is this one, Harriet Goddard. This is from Hands Across the Sea. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think the frame complements it. As I said in my framing tutorial, if you want to watch it, when I measure my pieces, I measure the length and the width and the height. I generally add 2 inches to those measurements. So if this was a 5-inch measurement here, I added 2 for 7 inches. This isn't 7, but for 7 inches. And that gives you a 1/4 inch on each side for the rabbit, which is what keeps this from falling through the front of the frame. It's a little, divot that they carve in there. And it also gives you, so you have 2 inches, and that takes away 1/2 inch. So it gives you 1.5 inches that you split. So it's 3/4 inch on each side, which usually gives me about a 1/2 inch border all around. So that's what I like. I like to see some of the linen, because our linens are so pretty that we get. I kind of like to, you want to showcase your stitching, but you also want to see that linen that you paid that money for, that those dyers work so hard to make beautiful for you. So that's how I do it. Anyway, this is Harriet Goddard. I love how she came out. I tend to kind of gravitate towards embossed frames or something with a little fancy stuff on it. I call it fancy. I don't know how fancy it is. Okay, and the other piece I framed last week was Sarah Fletcher, and I really like the way she came out as well. I think sometimes gold frames are really pretty with some of the reproduction samplers. And again, I use the same measurements. Now, these are from Art to Frames. They're located, I think, they have 2 locations that you could pick up from. One's in Brooklyn and one's in New Haven, Connecticut. So if you're luckily, I'm not that far from Brooklyn, but I'm not driving into Brooklyn. You could save yourself shipping. Now, I have currently right now, I'm kind of mad at myself because I missed the sale where you got 10% off and free shipping. Now they're just having 10% off. I have 6 frames in my cart. And with 10% off, I think it's 10% off over $100. It's $30 for the shipping. That is, when you think about the 6 frames in the big box this is going to come in, it's not It's not unreasonable. But I just kept kicking myself for missing that free shipping, and I haven't hit buy now. But for 6 frames, I'm framing 6 pretty decent pieces for that. It's like $137. Just to give you an idea. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting your stuff professionally framed. Absolutely not. If I, had unlimited funds, I would totally opt to do that and give me more stitching time. I like framing. I don't mind it. It's it goes pretty fast once you get going. But if I were to send those 6 pieces out, I know it would be way more. So if you're looking to, just learn a new skill and you want to save a little bit of money so you have more money for your Stitchy haul budget, just take a look at my framing tutorial. I know who else has one. I think Pfeiffer has one. I think Kitten Stitcher, which is where I primarily got what I learned. I think Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch also has one. I'm sure she does. I think I've seen it. But yeah, just give it a go. Anyway, so those were my FFOs. Oh, wait, one more. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. Sorry about it. I finished Heart and Hands. I have it here. Nope, I don't. I thought I had. Oh, all right, we're gonna take it up from here. This is Heart and Hands Bird in Hand Valentines. So cute. I really love the way it came out. So I did this on a small piece of, I think it was 36 count hog bristle with the called for floss. And I just finished it into a pillow. This is some fabric I purchased at Hobby Lobby. These are my labels from Ever Emblem on Etsy. They're perfect. They're iron-on labels. The trim is Lady Dot Creates. And this lace, I think I got it probably Hobby Lobby. It was on a spool. I got it, when they have their special little sales. And these charms, I'll list them. I purchased them on Amazon, and the pins I purchased on Amazon. So I'll list that in the description box below. But I love how this came out. It's really so cute for Valentine's Day. Last year, I think I did three smalls for Valentine's Day. And this year, I tried to do 3 smalls for Valentine's Day. So those are my FFOs. I'm not going to, I have a part. I'm going to have to cut. I'm going to have to edit this. I'm all over the place. Anyway, I do have FOs. The first one is I finished my Maker and Mender. This was a stitch along with the Tipsy Bunny group. We all came together on the Jingle Ball, and we made a great connection, so we started a little Facebook group, and we decided to do a stitch along. So this is my Maker Mender, and this is one of the pieces. I have a frame for this in my shopping cart. I guess I should just do it, because being able to frame 6 pieces I've had hanging over my rod on the wall over there would be great. Get them up on my wall. Framed. This was so much fun to stitch. And I know Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches, she changed out her floss for, I think she does color and cotton a lot, and it's beautiful. Go check it out. But this was a Maker, we did a sal, the Maker and Mender sal. So search on that hashtag. And I just put my initials on it. I'm really happy with the way that came out. Okay, now I have to bend over because 2 things fell on the floor. Excuse me. Don't want your stitching to fall on the floor. Okay, so back to this. 2023 Collector's Heart, Heart and Hand. It was a kit, and it came with the fabric, the floss, and the little button. This is what I'm saying about Picture This Plus. This is 32 count Picture This Plus. And I can easily stitch 1/2 on it, which is exactly what I did. The floss is Cottage Garden Threads. I think they're in Australia. It is gorgeous. It's called Leather Bound. Very pretty. I think the color fabric was Heartland by Picture This Plus. And it was a pretty quick stitch. Here's the little button right here. I just love the way this came out. I have a frame. It's coming today. I ordered a little red frame on Amazon, a 6x6 frame. So I'm going to be hopefully framing this today or tomorrow. So that was FO number 2. And then, now that I'm not as scattered as I was, Tina from Team Egner on Etsy, and she's on Instagram. She put out this sweet little chart, and I had to stitch it for Valentine's. So this was a start and a finish for me. And I don't know why, because it just went fast. Oops. So there is Patient and Kind. I used 3 colors of Weeks dye work. I used charcoal. That's for the letters. I used Lancaster red for the red and Loden for this little green vine here. And I just love the way that came out. And I'm probably going to finish that into a little pillow. So I haven't decided yet. I think that's what it's going to be, though, a little pillow. So those were my FOs. Wow, that went pretty fast. Coffee break. Okay. So I do have a little bit of haul. Let's see. Let's look in the haul basket. Okay, and I have a little one Stitchy Kindness. Okay, haul. First, and I think that pretty much everybody has, I'm hoping okay, if you have not gotten your Fox and Rabbit January Fabric of the Month, look away. But you probably should have. Okay. This is Western Red Cedar. I get 36 count. And that's pretty accurate. I love it. It's just so pretty. Don't know what I'm going to put on that, but I love being in their club. I'm not giving it up anytime soon. I don't think you could have too much linen, can you? Now, the other thing I bought, because I think there is going to be a stitch along, and I think it is with Primrose Cottage Stitches. A group that was at the last retreat are doing hive rolls. And I have that pattern, and I wanted to do it in silk. I should have taken this out, but I don't want to make too much noise. I am going to do it in the Vicki Clayton silks. Sorry, guys. It's like I'm an amateur, which I am. But anyway, if you haven't worked with hand-dyed fibers, that's what her company name is called, handdyedfibers.com. Vicki Clayton, gorgeous. I did I want to say Harriet Godhard is done in her silks, and they're just really nice to work with. I'm hoping I didn't show this already, but I have eyed this little sampler forever, and I think if I'm going to have a new start, I don't know, there's so many things I want to start this weekend, and I really shouldn't. Anyway, this is Mary Bell Sampler by Lori Rippey, Homespun Prims by Lori, and I just think that is so cute and pretty. Not just cute, pretty. So I got that pattern. That was a PDF from her site. The big news this week was McKenna from 1884 Stitchery had some big news for us, and I'm telling you, I think she said it was they were coming out Wednesday, and they came out Tuesday. I walked in the door from work. Said hello to my husband, came in my craft room, sat down at my computer, and choot, add to cart, choot. That's it. Bought them. She released the previously out of print Sally Spencer sampler from Birds of a Feather. Like I said, there's like so many things I want to start. Why not? And the Happy Heart sampler. Now, Ginger Shull on Instagram. This is in her, what do you call it? On her account. You could see it done. It is so pretty. It's not the usual sampler that I go for, but I just love it. I have to do it. So I really want to start that. Too much to start. Okay, and I'm a member of Teresa Kogut's Patreon. I'm a tier 4, so she just came out with her February patterns and coloring pages. So this is for tier 3 and 4. This is Buzzing of the Day. Now, I think it was in her last Flosstube, she made a recommendation, and I agree. I mean, we download these and we have them on our computers, but if you lose your files on your computer, or, you know, something happens and print out a copy. I agree with her with that. I may work on these on my computer, but it's good to have a copy of them. So that's that one. This was tier 2, 3, and 4, Home Sweet Home. So cute. And this was for tier 4, Be Kind. So cute. I like that little bird. So, and then the last little bit of haul was my friend Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher, had some spare set of 103s for Florence Mary Dickinson. And I just said, please, I will take them off your hands. So we did that. They're just gorgeous. Another one I want to start. Oh, come on, Chris. You can't start everything, can you? Sure I can. I'm the boss of my stitching. Do whatever I want. And then she sent along a Stitchy. This is my Stitchy kindness. She had a spare chart. Isn't that cute? We have 10 chickens. So I really ought to make this chicken. So that is it. And just for my haul. And that's quite enough. Don't you think? Don't you just think that you should stop shopping? Nope. Anyway. So that's my haul, Stitchy kindness. As far as my plans go, I am going to be working on my whips. So I have my Whip Go Gold here. Oh gosh, did I lose it already? Here's my Whip Go board. I probably should have done this before haul. So I've met my Whip Go goals for January. I also was able to finish Maker and Mender, so that hadn't even been called yet. So this month's calls for Whip Go are 7 and 11. And for me, 7 is the ES Spot sampler, and 11 is a tasket for me. I don't know why I thought it was Let Love Rain. But anyway, I haven't even touched that. So you saw it in my whip braid. It hasn't moved. But I have been working on ES Spot this week. And I'm sorry it's in the hoop because I was just working on it. And I have made some progress. I have, let's see. I have added all these flowers here. I finished the star, added the crown, did that basket. I'm starting this wildly colored bird. I'm just like, for a reproduction sampler, some of the colors are just wild, but they go. So I've been working on that, and I will probably take out a tasket tomorrow when I'm doing the weekend 4x4. It's going to be one of my pieces to work on for an hour. This is another one of my whips, and I will be using this for the weekend 4x4 too. Winter Sampler by Crochet to Go-Go. That's where I am. I've gotten some work done on the house, and the flowers on the side and those cardinals, they're so pretty. So this is so neat to work on. I really enjoy it. And what else? Oh, the other whip I worked on. See, I should have done this before haul, but you know, I'm all over the place. I take this out on Sundays, or one of the things I take out on Sundays. It is Consider the Lilies, and you guys have seen this, a million people have shown it, but I did make some progress. And when I say some, I mean not as much as I wanted to, but okay. So I was able to get back to this motif. Now this I had done once before, and it was in the wrong place, and I had to rip it out, and I got really mad at it, and I put it away for a while, so that's why I haven't worked on it. But now I'm starting to do the greenery around it, so probably gonna take that out tomorrow too. I've got plans. It's gonna be cold. I'm staying in. I'm stitching. That's all there is to that. Okay. So those are my whips. So my plans are to stick with my whip go, calls, and winter sampler, which isn't a whip go call, but I really like to get that done, or close to done. I don't think it's going to get done anytime soon. So what else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, who have I been watching? Well, I've been watching a lot of Flosstube, but one that stands out is, and I'm sure other people have mentioned her, Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher. She has got, she's an amazing sampler stitcher. Everything she stitches, I want to stitch. Some of the things she's actually, I think she's doing Consider the Lily. She's got a lot done on it, but check her out. She mentioned a few Flosstubers that she watches. One of them is Haley the Peregrine Stitcher, and the other one is, Kate? I think it's Needlework by Kate. I'll have to link them down below. Both of them are really enjoyable to watch. Check them out. I did want to mention, since finishing things is kind of a priority for me, Michelle, Penny's Daughter Stitches, and Jen from 212 Stitchers, Jen, and she's on Instagram, I think is Jen Quilter. They are doing an FFO challenge. It's hashtag FFO Challenge 2023. And if you go look at that hashtag and see the beautiful things that people have finished so far in 2023, it's very inspiring. So if you FFO something, use the hashtag and they'll post it. Michelle's been doing a really great job. I think they've got over 100, probably more than that by now, postings on the FFO challenge, but that is something I'm all over. I will be happy to keep finishing FFOing things and adding that hashtag. I think it's great. I think we should all get stuff that we have worked so hard to stitch up and out and on display so people can see them and we can appreciate them. And I know I love just, I have my little sampler wall here in my craft room, and it's just makes me happy to see my stitches on my walls. So, all right, I think that's it for the cross stitch. I'm going to show my English paper piecing quilt that I've been working on, and then I'll get to the campfire story. So let me grab that quilt. Got stuff everywhere now, you know. I am almost done with row 4. I have a little bit more white to do. I'm going to back up a little bit. But this is the Jelly Garden quilt. Whee! And that's where I have to put some more white on it. There. So I am so happy. I can't wait. I mean, I think I've gotten a lot of suggestions. I think what I'm going to end up doing, because I've looked at some pictures on the internet. Oh my gosh, sorry. I think what I'm going to do is this gets a whole nother row of white hexies on it. And I think I'm going to make them straight, like make them straight and put a binding on it. I don't really think I want to take all that work. Their things are falling. Take all that work and risk sewing a binding on it that might take away from it. I don't want it to be distracting. Oh gosh, you know what? I hope you all stuck around. Anyway, I do have the 2 thank you gifts I want to present to you guys. There's going to be 2. Follow the general rules for... Oh gosh, I hope you guys stuck around. Follow the general rules for thank you things. That we're not going to say the G word. Be 18. Please be a subscriber because this is a thank you for my subscribers. And be in the US because postal stuff elsewhere has gone a little nutty. So the first thank you is going to be a little package with Sew Your Row. This was a gift from Lorraine on Instagram. Heart in hand. Heart from heart to hand. And this one as well, Stitchy Stars. And I'll be putting in one of our floss minders and also a little bling. So that's the first one. And you could just say, for that one, you could just use the word stars. So I know which one you're wanting. And then the second one is going to be Flea Market Flowers, Prim and Proper, and another floss binder, and another bling. And if you want that one, just use the word prim. And like I said, don't say the G word or anything resembling it, or, you know, I don't want to say them here because I don't want to I don't want to attract them. So, okay. Scattered stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, it's jibber jabber. I know, but it should be organized jibber jabber. Anyway, so I'm going to tell the campfire story now. Our first trip to Yellowstone, we stayed outside of the park and we were in West Yellowstone and we were camping in a campground called Baker's Hole, I think it was. It was a neat little campground. And we had stopped in the ranger station, and my husband's a big hiker, and he wanted a hike. But he was with me, so, you know, the mountain thing, I'm not really sorry. Woo-woo. I'm not really going to hike up a mountain. So we were kind of just asking for a nice, pretty level, nice walk, so to speak. And the rangers sent us over to this hike. It's nice. I think it was Nice Falls or something like that. It's Gneiss. So we headed out and we got our supplies together, water and little backpacks and stuff. and we went for a little hike. So it was pretty level, and it was a nice little walk around the area, and there was a trail. So we got to an area where it started to go down into a ravine, and it was a pretty gradual thing, but I'm just, I'm thinking of the walk back, and I'm like, no. So my husband, you know, the whole time we were walking together, we were making noise, and every once in a while we were yelling, you know, ho bear, yo bear. They tell you to yell that out. You have to go with bear spray, and, you know, they check and make sure you have this stuff with you. So here, bells don't work because they, you know, I'm just kidding. I don't know if bells work. We don't have bells. We have bear spray. Anyway, so my husband says to me, all right, you just hang out up here. I'm going to just run down there real quick and see what the stream and the ravine looks like. And I said, okay. So he says, like, don't forget to keep yelling out, you know, yo bear. And I'm like, okay. So, you know, we had walked to this area, and we walked around this huge log that was laying down on the ground. The trail actually went around it. So it had been there for a while. And my husband goes down to the ravine, and I'm kind of like walking around the general area, you know, pacing around, every once in a while hollering out for a bear, stay away from me kind of thing. And he comes back up, and we start heading out because it's about time to leave. And we get to the part of the trail that went around that log, which is now not in the same place it was when we passed it the first time. It is now rolled over, and the ground around it is all disturbed and scratched up. Sort of like, you know, maybe you were a bear and you were looking for something to eat, like grubs, in a rotted old log that you rolled over and scratched the ground. And yeah, it was probably about 10 yards from where I was standing. I didn't hear a thing. I heard nothing. And I'm pretty good at like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah. So you just never know. I mean, maybe I yelled out, yo bear, and he just was like, what? I'm eating here. I don't know. But we know, you know, we're pretty sure that that was a bear that disturbed the area, and it was in the span of maybe 20 minutes time. So, yep. Be careful. Anyway, that's it for me. I've got to go edit now because I sounded like a blithering ding-dong in the beginning of the video, and the only evidence you're going to see is me talking about it. So, have a great 2 weeks. I should be back in 2 weeks. Join in on the weekend 4x4. I have a link in my in my Facebook group. There's a link to, in my Instagram, there's a link to my Facebook group. If you want to join, no pressure. We just hang out and share our stitching. So, gosh, this is my 3rd cup of coffee. You'd think I'd be awake by now. Anyway, have a great 2 weeks. I will see you on Instagram and all around the tubes, and stitch away. Bye.